Welcome, Taurus. This is your monthly love scope reading for July 2014. So I think you're in for an incredible month, really. We have two aces, the Ace of Wands and the Ace of Pentacles, telling me that you are, at least for the first half of the month, really thinking about an action plan and then implementing it the second half of the month with optimism, with beauty. Absolutely. Very much of what you are cultivating. And maybe not even understanding the depth of what you are cultivating, or there's still some gray areas to clear up about where you need to go forward. But we go into the Two of Cups, which is all about partnerships, relationships, new, and the Tower. So really transforming. Okay, it's very transformative. The last reading was very karmic too. Aries was very karmic. Might be a very karmic set of readings. So check out your moon, ascendant, your sun. Absolutely. It looks like very karmic reading. Even though we don't have a lot of strong cards in here, there's a very strong message, and it tells me that you control a lot of the situation. Okay, what you don't control is the Hierophant, your spiritual communication, your need for spiritual communication, your need for speaking to your higher self, understanding exactly where you want to go and what gives you balance. You've done so many lessons on this. You know, it's really to find the words you need to move forward. It's really to understand the actions you need to take in order to move forward. And not so much as a bravery, but a belief in God, the universe, your angels, your spirit guides, that you are being propelled down a beautiful path that's going to exalt you. So the first part of the month is almost a small pause in order to open up new doors in your life. So if you're in a relationship, you're going to be deepening that relationship to a whole new level. If you are looking towards having a relationship, I think you're trying to find the right words, the right expressions that need to be said. And if you are looking for somebody, this last little pause here is going to illuminate you, illuminate your light, illuminate your path, because you truly know exactly what needs to be said out loud, what needs to be acted upon. And I don't really see it cutting out here. None of these cards tell me really that you're cutting out these two cards a little bit, but I think that's more with dealing with past situations and getting rid of the old baggage completely for the first 2 weeks. And if you're in a relationship, that doesn't mean that you are going to, when I say, you know, you're releasing things and getting rid of old baggage, it could be something that you two do together that has brought you to this point and has served its purpose well, but no longer fits. Okay, and by trying to hang on to it, that's when we get the stagnation in relationships. That's when we get the falling out of love, because we got comfortable with those truths in our life, in our routines, in how we related to each other, what we expected of each other, what we gave. So if you're in a relationship, it's just allowing that door to open and to walk through that door and be on the same page, and that comes from communication. So the first half of the month, I think, is really about how you're going to present your case, how you're going to state, you know, if you're with somebody, that you truly do want them in your life going forward, but this needs to be if it's going to happen. I mean, there's going to be a percentage of you that walk away in order to be true to yourself, but I don't think it's going to be very many of you. I think you're working towards stronger foundations, stronger beauty, stronger relationships. So if there's nobody around, I think this is a time, or maybe more so in August. So if nobody comes this month, don't don't stress it, because your light is shining so bright, okay? And by the time you hit August, that's so true with the Tower. So we have the King of Pentacles and the Ace of Wands. So this is really you defining what love is to you, what you need in order to go forward in a happiness, in a joy, in a beauty. Having some new ideas pop into your head about how love can be even more wonderful than it is now. If you're already experiencing a beautiful relationship and you think it can't go any higher, it still can. Okay, you can grow and intertwine even more closely, more deeper. And it's giving thought to what you're going to say. If you need to release something that you do, or a habit in your life that annoys the other person, or they release it, or you both release this habit because in some way it's holding you back, holding you down, forming new patterns in your life, new routines in your life. And it's of the highest power. You're really thinking sensibly on how to grasp love and walk in a more beautiful tomorrow. Walk towards love. And the first half of the month is all about the thoughts, and the second half of the month, I think, with the King of Wands and Ace of Pentacles, is this optimism you get about the love that's in your life, about the new foundation, the growing of love, the hint of love for those of you who are single. Realizing that it is around the corner. You know, you feel more secure in your step. You feel more positive in your step. You probably look fantastic this month, to tell you the truth. I mean, it just glows from you, or it begins to glow from you. By the second half of the month and going into August, you glow. Your zest for life, your zest for love, it charges the whole scene for you. And then we have the Knight of Wands. You know, this knight sits on a lion. So you use your courage, you use your wisdom, you use your strength. Your definition of foundation, your definition of security, and you're going after it. You're hunting it down, and you are going to possess it, and that's all there is to it. And that's your mind frame. It's almost like a rebirth for you. It's definitely new coming in and having the courage to move forward. That's when we need our courage the most, to move forward. Now we have the Eight of Pentacles and the Moon here, okay? Which kind of asks me, you know, you've done all this really good work and hard work, and maybe you don't see how things are going to change right now. Somewhere there's going to be a truth revealed to you, maybe through a conversation, maybe through a declaration that you start to speak without really planning to speak, and then something comes out and you go, wow, yeah, that is how I feel, because we have the Moon with it. So it's not a need to still go back and meditate on where you need balance and how you need balance. I think you have that clarity going forward. Now it's realizing the opportunity to allow what you need for balance to thrush forward in your life and become that stable ground that you want. And there's something that's hidden, okay, with the Moon card here. It's an emotion, it's a feeling, something you're cautious about moving forward with, or something where you don't want to, maybe you've done a wrong, and so you have to fess up to it. And explain and wear your love on your sleeve in order to explain. And maybe it's a fear, maybe it's you don't know how you're going to do it. So the first 2 weeks is more about really processing how you're going to step in your light, how you're going to have those conversations. Imagine those conversations that you want to have with people. Most definitely, because I think you're going to get opportunity to. We have the Two of Cups and the Tower. Okay, so I think this is now you actually putting it into a tangible aspect. You say the words, you do the action. You break free of the Tower, okay? And yes, it might take courage, it might take strength. If you look at it negatively, there might be a lot of hurt that comes out of you because of this. Think positively. Think about all those lessons you've learned in order to be at this point in time in your life and how you're going to move forward, okay? We have the Two of Cups, so this is very new beginnings, new partnerships. New love. If you're already in a relationship, then it's there's a newness about you, or maybe perhaps you kind of take a step back and go back to those days when you didn't have expectations on each other and you just enjoyed each other for themselves, without the expectations. Maybe it's taking a step back like that and kind of go on some date nights and just go out and have some fun and enjoyment. And don't try and force a conversation. Don't try and force an action. It will just come. The universe, God, your angels, your spirit guides will give you opportunity to allow you to step on your soapbox and speak your truth. Allow you to be able to demonstrate your action in love, in beauty. Okay, so that's closer, I think, to August. It's going out in the reading, the last cards. But really, you are standing in your truth. You are standing in your beauty. And I think it's by acknowledging the truth that comes. We have the Moon here. So it could be something that you've known for a very long time, and you're just allowing to come to the surface now and to face it and to look at it and to rationally think it through and where you want to go in your next steps. The second half of the month is really, really acting upon those feelings, acting upon that knowledge, acting upon those conversations that you played over and over in your head on how it's going to go. It's not going to go like that, but at least you've had some practice. I think it's going to be a beautiful month. Keep honesty to yourself, truth to yourself paramount, okay? Be true to you, be honest to you, and be honest to those that you deal with in relationships, in bonds, in partnerships. It's going to make all the difference, okay? Because there's going to be a self-expression, obviously, with the Tower. There's going to be a moment of truth that comes out. And whether or not you are courageous enough to say it and act upon it or not, that's your free will coming into play. I do hope you take a stand for yourself and say what's lingering in your heart and your mind, and expressing your love. And I think going into August is just going to be a beautiful time for you. Talk to Spirit. They're a great sounding board when you need to practice a conversation or plan out your baby steps of how you're going to make a beautiful night for somebody, or maybe it's a proposal. Maybe it's the conversation of expanding a family. It's very much a very fertile energy here, a birth almost, a newness about it in some way. So don't push through the first 2 weeks. Enjoy. As we get closer to the end of August, you obviously break out into the beautiful you were meant to be, and standing in your truth and standing in your light and finding out that you have the support of the universe behind you in order for you to be exalted on your path. So until next time we meet, remember, I do love you.